Welcome to Under the Microscope. This series is brought to you by the Real Scientists Nano team. Our goal is to provide a platform where scientists can communicate their work and interact with the public.
Hi everyone, today we have with us Jarrium, who is a senior biological scientist at the University of South Florida in the USA and also the co-founder of Black in Nanotechnology. Hi Jarrium, how are you?
Hi, I'm great.
Wonderful. Let's start by understanding your research. So could you explain your research to us in super simple words, please?
Okay, in super simple words. My project mainly investigated the biocompatibility and nanoscopic size of MPEG-PCL micelles. They are a promising drug delivery system for sustained release to the posterior segment of the eye.
Okay. MPEG cell. Okay.
Yes, PCL. So it's a copolymer,
Okay.
and it's kind of a conjunction of polyethylene glycol and polycoprolactone, which are both they're both polymers, but they're copolymers, and they're easier to use in these types of formulations because of their biocompatibility. And also, one component of that copolymer, the polyethylene glycol part, is actually FDA approved. So that's why you see a lot of drugs that are being used nowadays have that PEG component to them. So that's why it's, if it's FDA approved, I mean, it has to be of some measure of, of value. So that's why it's definitely a good thing to, tack on that polycoprolactone part of it.
Okay. So is it safe to say that your work is sort of sitting at the interface of biology and nanoscience or material science to a certain extent?
Yes. So I would say that because when you think about nanotechnology, you think about, I mean, there's so many different fields to go into, but my side is more on the pharmaceutical side of making the drugs and manufacturing the drugs that you will see like on your shelves at your local convenience store, like that type of thing. So I would say it's kind of a crossover between nanomedicine, but also with the biology side as well, because we do cell work. We use our formulations on cells, and there's a lot of biological aspects that go into our research.
Okay. All right. That sounds really interesting. I must say this sounds super interesting, and I can't wait to get into the details with you in the long podcast. But for now, could you tell us what can the followers expect in the week that you will curate the Real Sci Nano Twitter account?
Okay, so during the week that I will take over the Twitter account, I'm definitely going to go through my journey because it definitely is a journey. When I say my journey, I mean like my education, how I got to this point, because like I said, it was definitely a journey. It's not where I had planned to end up, but I love that I'm here now. So definitely, I do think that's an important part that I want to share with the followers of the account. So I'll go like into my undergraduate research because I was also doing nanotechnology in my undergrad research. And then, I'll go into my graduate research, and I'll definitely have figures and I'll explain, the gist of what, we do. I mean, I won't go into too much detail because it's definitely a rabbit hole, but, and then like, I'll go into, for each day. So I think I'm on like day 4, day 5, I'll go into, my current research where I am right now as a senior biological scientist and what the lab I'm in now is doing. Definitely looking at the bigger picture of nanotechnology. I mean, that does sound like an oxymoron, but I mean, but definitely I do feel like there is a part of nanotechnology that needs to be displayed. And so that also goes into my next day of like my future plans. So definitely, exposing, Black in nanotechnology, explaining what that's about, explaining the importance of that, and explaining the importance of nanotechnology moving forward, just as a whole, but also in medicine, also in engineering, and also, what's going on in the world, especially with the COVID-19 crisis. Definitely especially knowing that one of the top contenders for the vaccine is actually using lipid nanoparticles. So that's super exciting. And like I said, that's what I mean when I say that nanotechnology is definitely one of those fields that is going to take us into the future. I mean, we're going to go into the future anyway, but take us into the future as far as it's very promising in terms of what nanotechnology as a whole can do, but also in those subsections of nanomedicine and pharmaceutical companies. I mean, all that. It's very that's something that I definitely want to shine a light on.
Okay, okay. All right. So that sounds like a super action-packed week. And also you mentioned you have images and pictures and figures. So looking forward
Yes.
to those as well. And also the Black in nanotechnology. Looking forward to that part as well.
Yes, yes.
So thank you very much for speaking with me and looking forward to having you on Real Scientist Nano. Thank you, Jarrium.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for listening. To know more about us, please visit our website, realscientistsnano.org, and follow us on Twitter at realsci_nano.